the Niger Delta and gives them a different outlet, a place for them to let out and just be themselves without violence, which a lot of us resort to first. And so what is this Dawn in the Creeks about, essentially? I know it is a reality TV show, but what exactly is it about?
Okay, so I'll just go straight to the point, because so you guys then clap for me every now and then. Great. So we go to the Niger Delta, 3 different communities in the Niger Delta: Ozoro in Delta State, there's Nembe in Bayelsa, and Erema in Rivers, where we engage the youth. We talk to people, talk to the traditional leaders, the religious leaders, the youth leaders, even right on the streets with Okada men. We stop them and talk to them and find out their vibe about the Niger Delta. After doing this, we pick 7 people from each of these communities, bring them to a central location. We brought them to Lagos, and I gave them a crash course on filmmaking.
Okay.
Great.
This gets interesting.
Yeah, I know. Now, after the crash course, we give them equipment, each set, equipment and some money, and ask them to go back to their communities to make a film, a feature-length film about their community, what they have been going through, and how they can resolve their issues without resorting to violence. So after they made their films, we actually took it back to their communities and showed it to everyone. We did like a massive screening where everyone was there, the who is who of the community, sat down there, and after watching the film, it sparked a discussion where people started talking about, yes, what we've seen in this film is real, and this is what we can do about it. So the episodes of this TV show is from the beginning of when I go in to get these guys to when they show their films in their communities, and when we do like a big premiere for them.
Now, let's talk about these 7 people. I mean, you must have done a lot of work. You went into different communities and talked to different people. Now, why did you choose the 7 people that you picked?
Well, I would have thought about picking 15, let me be honest with you. But for us to teach people how to do something and concentrate on them, you're going to try hard not to make sure they're too much.
Mm-hmm.
So 7 out of the 7, I was like, okay, one of them would major in producing, one in directing, one in production designing, one in editing, one as the first AD, one as the DP of the group, putting them together. And I know that there are a lot more people on a film set, but when you train these 7 guys, they go back to their communities and they bring one more person who can do something that I would have taught them. So that's why they're 7.
And each of them did a feature film, or they all did one
together? No, 7 in one community did one film. So we have 3 films from 3 different communities.
I mean, and what was the process like? I mean, teaching them, that is a very short time to learn all the things that you need to create a feature film. Was it challenging? Was it easy to work with them?
It's always challenging trying to do something like this, but yes, I wouldn't say it was difficult, but of course it was hard.
Mm-hmm.
But difficult makes it seem like I was just getting frustrated. No, they made it quite easy for me. You know how we are in Nigeria, we learn really fast.
Yeah,
and
we adapt real quick.
That is the word, adapt. That's what we do. We adapt. Like looking around at the studio, I see everyone around here is young, doing stuff, computers and all that. Yeah, so you see, there's a new dynamic, coming up. And they're like that. Even if some of them couldn't speak English, well, proper English, but no education and all that. Okada riders, ex-militants, but they're Nigerians who just need an opportunity to voice an opinion, who need the platform to talk about what has been affecting them and how they can resolve it. So,
I mean, so from the films, without giving too much away, I mean, what kind of resolutions did they come to? I mean, what kind of solutions did they find apart from using violence? What did they come out with?
Like I will give you a small expo here.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'll start with the Ozoro people. Like, years ago, there was some toxic waste that was dumped on their land that killed a lot of the people, and then the youth got restive and then started fighting their leaders and all that, and it went on for a while. So they based their film on that. Now, in their true story, how it happened in the community, where it got to the point where they went about killing everyone, they decided to look at it the other way and say, do we have to kill? Do we have to kill? Is there a way we can send out a message not only to them but to the government and to the oil companies to say, let's resolve this thing? And that worked for me. So it's always like a normal story of where they get to the point where they bring out guns and then they start shooting. So just play back to the point just before they bring out guns and someone says, you know, I really want to bring my gun out, but is there another way we can do this? Now that sparks a different conversation. So that's exactly what they did, and I'm really, really proud of them.
I mean, this is really interesting, and I think that maybe you should expand from the Niger Delta and go to the north, where people are getting frustrated by all the things that are happening, people being kidnapped, people being killed, places are being bombed. Maybe then we can, do something to that area. I feel like this is also a way to empower them, because you've empowered 7 people to empower other people to do other things and also help the industry as well. So do you think that you might expand away from that area? Although, I know that's your interest. That's where you're interested.
Yeah, well, we're Nigerian, so whatever happens in any part of Nigeria affects every other Nigerian. So this is like a pilot project. This is starting to send some strong message down to youth in the Niger Delta. Who knows where we're gonna go to next? Or who knows who says from the north that, hey, I love what you guys are doing. I'd like to replicate this and do mine up in the north. How can you guys support me to do it? We'll be right behind there, or someone from the west or from the east. So we're thinking about it, and we welcome more partners, and we want people to get involved. But first of all, watch the show so you can understand exactly what it's at. I know for a fact that I think it runs on AIT 6:30 p.m. Sundays. NTA should be about 10 p.m. TVC 6:30 p.m. Saturdays. Silverbird 3 p.m. Saturdays. Galaxy Sunday 2:30 p.m. Channel, I think about 5:30 p.m. Saturdays. And go on or log on to Twitter also. You should be one of our followers. You should do that at ND_legacy. Website is doneinthecreeks.tv, and we have a Facebook page.
Okay.
Too. So look for us, be a part of us, join us, and make us successful.
I'll do it.
Good.
I'll do it. Okay. Good. So make sure you guys check out the website. It's www.doneinthecreeks.tv, and it's showing at almost all the TV stations at different times from around 6:30 to 10 o'clock. We'll put up all the information on our Twitter page at Cool FM Nigeria so that you can know when you can go over there to watch it. Now, let's talk about the